Hello, this is VNews Podcast Daily. I'm following today's top stories.
Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc clears up issues involving macroeconomic stability at the National Assembly's hearings. Gold stockpile in May was higher than in April, posing a big problem for many businesses. Ho Chi Minh City launches vote for the 100 most interesting facts about the cities.
At the National Assembly's hearings in Hanoi on June 15th, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc cleared up several issues involving macroeconomic stability and the fight against corruption.
Several issues were spotlighted, including economic development in line with social welfare, the feasibility of the project to restructure the economy, the government's responsibility for losses among state-owned enterprises, and particularly administrative reforms. As the deputies mentioned, bureaucracy remains rampant and is responsible for causing trouble for many people and businesses. We must keep reforming our administrative procedures, such as making the formalities public, monitoring the implementation, quickly dealing with complaints, speeding up the one-door mechanism, and increasing the number of qualified workers. At the event, Phúc also announced the government's measures to ensure this year's socio-economic development as well as the following years. He reported that economic indicators show the economy has overcome the most difficult time and begun to pick up. The economic growth rate in the second quarter was estimated at 4.5% compared to 4% in the first quarter. The number of businesses stopped operation in May dropped by 10% from April, he said. The Deputy Prime Minister affirmed the government will strive for a GDP growth of 6% this year and keep inflation at 7 to 8%. Earlier in the afternoon of June 14th, Minister of Public Security Trần Đại Quang was asked about an increase in foreign-related crime. Minister Quang said, although 986 crimes were reported in the first 6 months of this year, down 2.6% on the same period last year, the situation was complicated by new types of serious crime. High-tech criminals have emerged among foreign traders recently. According to the minister, the ministry has established a high-tech police force and discovered 332 foreign offenders related to information security and electronic payments. The minister pledged the ministry will fight bribery and call for more assistance from the public about police violations.
The Government Committee for Religious Affairs and the European Union jointly held a seminar on religions in Vietnam on June 14th. It was part of the project on facilitating strategic dialogue in Vietnam funded by the European Union.
The seminar discussed religion-related issues and reviewed Vietnam's religious changes and achievements in the past. It also created a venue for experts to exchange experience in ensuring people's religious freedom of religion and belief, which will help to fine-tune the country's religious laws and policies in the future. Many participants to the event agreed that, in addition to profound socio-economic and cultural achievements made during the renewal process, changes in religious policies have helped to change religious life in a progressive and active manner. This has made religious followers and dignitaries believe more in the party and state and participate more actively in the renewal process. Changes in religious life over the past time have contributed to introducing Vietnam to international communities as a country of renovation, peace, stability, and development, they said. They said this will contribute to the country's political stability and development.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade has revealed that the amount of goods stockpiled in May was higher than in April. How to reduce their supplies and encourage more consumers to buy Vietnamese goods is a big problem for many businesses.
According to the Domestic Market Department at the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the amount of goods in stock is having a negative impact on the country's economy. For example, stockpiles of sugar have reached nearly 363,000 tons, construction steel 320,000 tons, and cement 860,000 tons. At the 13th National Assembly's Question and Answer section on June 14, the Ministry of Industry and Trade Vũ Huy Hoàng announced a number of measures to deal with the volume of unsold goods.
Vấn đề về giải phóng hàng tồn kho thì đúng đây là một
During the last 5 months of this year, the volume of goods in stock was higher than the same period last year. If appropriate financial measures are taken, stockpiles will drop. However, in our opinion, the responsibility for stocks not only lies with the government, but the businesses themselves. They must use their own initiatives to get them out of difficulties. This issue must be jointly solved by the state, the consumer and business community. Of all the goods stockpiled, consumer products, which are mainly made by small and medium-sized domestic enterprises, record the highest volumes. In order to reduce stockpiles, there are two measures we can take. The macro one is to carry out Government Resolution 13, which includes a range of solutions to take the pressure off businesses. Secondly, firms need to hold more trade promotions and expand their distribution channels. Economic analysts agree that the government's measures alone cannot rescue businesses unless they make an effort of their own. Along with support from ministries and other government departments, the business community must keep studying the market and take advantage of every chance they get to expand their markets and increase sales.
Contracts on the construction of the Ao Cá tunnel linking up the two central provinces of Phú Yên and Khánh Hòa was signed in Hanoi on June 14th. The value of the contracts amounts to almost 60 trillion Vietnam dong, or 762 million US dollars.
In total, the tunnel will be 13.4 kilometers long, with a section underneath Car Pass 3.9 kilometers in length. The project will be carried out by the Hanoi Construction Corporation, the Nam Trung Bộ and Tây Nguyên Joint Stock Companies under the Mylan Group, the High Tech Investment Joint Stock Company, and the Asia Joint Stock Company. Construction is scheduled to start in the third quarter of 2012 and be completed by the second quarter of 2016. Once completed, the tunnel will be help reduce traffic accidents on National Highway 1A and boost economic development in the central region.
After experiencing several scorching days in a row, Hanoi was awash after torrential rainfall on June 14th, leaving many streets in the city badly flooded.
The downfall lasted for 2 hours and caused chaos to rush hour traffic, resulting in many streets becoming gridlocked. Many streets were littered with broken down vehicles, and a lot of office workers decided to stay at work instead of heading home. The National Hydrometeorology Center has forecast that the stormy weather will continue until next week. From June 19, the weather is expected to break, with only the northern mountainous region being affected.
The second vote for the 100 most interesting facts about Ho Chi Minh City got underway on June 14th. It was launched by Ho Chi Minh City's Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism in a bid to attract more tourists.
This year, the event will include 20 categories, but the number of winners in each category has been reduced from 10 to 5 to improve the quality of the vote. The 218 candidates cover the fields of diplomacy, tourism, culture and cuisine. Voters will also have a chance to choose the top entertainment spots, best hotels, airlines, southern cuisine, shopping centers and major events. Everyone is eligible to vote until the closing date of July 30th. The previous vote was held in 2010 with Bến Thành Market, Đầm Sen Cultural Park, handmade embroideries and silk selected among the 100 most interesting things in the city. This year, Ho Chi Minh City hopes to welcome 3.8 million foreign visitors, up 8% from last year.
And this is the end of the news today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.